Before I get started, I want to thank each and every one of you for helping me reach 10K subscribers. I appreciate each and every last one of you. The likes you give the videos really help the videos reach a wider audience. Right now, this is still a hobby, but I want to take it full time one day. Enough of the mushy stuff, on to the video. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse for Texas A&M, it did. I recently put out a video about how they had 5-star players get kicked off the team and how one of them wants to play for Jackson State. They say the cure for times like this is winning. Well, the record shows you that there probably won't be any cures for a while. Schools like LSU and even Tennessee are doing numbers in recruiting because of their phenomenal, unexpected seasons. Recruiting is literally the opposite for the Aggies. They just lost the commitment of the nation's #1 linebacker and a 4-star corner with NFL genetics. Yet again, Jackson State may be the landing spot for one of these players. Texas A&M spent millions to land their players, but Coach Prime is extremely close to landing a premier recruit just with a turkey leg.
Who would have known that you could put mac and cheese on top of a turkey leg? Like, it changed the game with this one.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Reggie from HBCU Spotlight, and I'm back with another banger. As you can see, 92% of the channel viewers are not subscribed. So hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you will be alerted anytime that I upload a video. Without further ado, let's get into it. Things could not get much worse for Texas A&M right now. The word Jimbo was trending on Twitter a few days ago, with everyone calling for the firing of the head coach. Unfortunately for the Aggies fans, they are in a death row contract with their current head coach. Fisher is in his 5th year of a 10-year contract worth $75 million, all of which is fully guaranteed. I'm not even mad at him. Get your money, Jimmy. There is an old saying, you lose them the same way you get them. And while that might not be exactly the case here, A&M pulled a shiesty move and hired a man who already had a job. The Aggies paid Florida State $5 million to buy him out of his contract. Texas A&M is currently 3-6 on the year. Overall, I think Fisher was a great coach. Teams go through slumps at times and have bad seasons. Where he is messing up is in the locker room and on the recruiting trail. What do I mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
First, in terms of recruiting, they will always do well because they are a Power 5 school in a dream conference. The caliber of player that they want may not always be the case though. Texas A&M had the nation's #1 linebacker, Anthony Hill, committed to their program since June 30th of this year. But he recently decided to take his talents elsewhere. With all of the chaos and uncertainty surrounding the program at the moment, I don't blame him. I have heard from various sources, aka just Reddit, Facebook, and Twitter, that one of the major factors was money. Side note, if anybody wants to give me a little bit of info on future videos, hit me up on Instagram and Twitter. Now back to the story. Players from last year's mega class were promised X amount of dollars that they still haven't received, and that is why current freshmen are leaving, as well as top recruits are decommitting. If you have heard anything different, I would love to hear it down in the comments. Now back to Hill. He is a 6'2", 225-pound linebacker from Denton, Texas, where he attends Ryan High School. He's a 5-star recruit in the class of 2023, the top linebacker in the nation, the 3rd best player in Texas, and the 17th best player in the country. As much as the fans will say they won't miss him and they will sign someone else, this loss will for sure hurt the program. Hill possesses incredible intangibles. Not only is he the ideal size, but his IQ may be his best attribute. He is fast up the ball, physical with the ball carrier, and he is patient. He reads the plays before they even happen. The game just looks slow and easy for him. You can tell he takes just as much pride in the film room as he does on the field. This makes it 2 years in a row where they lose the nation's top linebacker. In last year's class, they lost a 5-star linebacker, Harold Perkins, to LSU. That decision seems to be working out pretty well for him. For those of you wondering where Hill is going to ultimately end up, all indicators are pointing towards Hill choosing to play for Texas. He had them in his top 2 before initially committing to A&M. The Longhorns have been trending up lately, so don't be surprised if they are a force to be reckoned with in the SEC sooner rather than later. Now, how is Jackson State close to landing a 4-star DB? Who is the player? And what does a turkey leg have to do with any of this?
For 22 out of Katy, Texas, and Bobby Taylor. All over the secondary, safety, corner, nickel, kind of all over the place. The versatile.
Bobby Taylor is his name. He's a freshman at Texas A&M. He is currently rehabbing from an injury, so he doesn't have any college stats. In high school, this guy was that deal. He is a 6'1", 180-pound cornerback from Katy, Texas, where he played for Katy High School. I've never been to Texas, but I've heard of the school. They are a powerhouse, not only in Texas, but the United States as a whole. They are also known for their phenomenal athletic facilities, like many of the other Texas high schools. He was a 4-star recruit in the class of 2022, the 25th best cornerback in the nation, and the 30th best player in Texas. He had over 30 scholarship offers coming out of high school. You know, the typical top recruit schools: Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, LSU, Oklahoma, Michigan, etc. He only had 2 HBCU offers though, which were Southern University and Texas Southern. In today's era of divas, and only wanting to make highlight plays, seeing Bobby's film is refreshing. He is a big, physical DB who is not afraid to make a tackle. He looks much bigger than 180 on film. A corner this physical is not something you see every day, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ultimately becomes a safety. In addition to his physicality, he brings the finesse and flair of being able to catch interceptions and elude defenders with his 4.4 speed. If Taylor looks like a future pro on his film, it's because he is, or at least the son of one. His biological father spent 10 years in the NFL. But that's not where it stops. Bobby not only has NFL lineage, but he also has a SWAC bloodline as well. His grandfather, the original Bobby Taylor, is a Texas Southern alumni and SWAC Hall of Famer. To take it a step further, he took gold and silver in the 1972 Olympics. Now to the root of why you probably clicked on the video. What do turkey legs and Jackson State have to do with this guy? If you are from Houston, or anywhere in Texas for that matter, you may have probably heard of a place called the Turkey Leg Hut. While I've never personally been there, I've heard some wonderful things about the place, and I hope to visit one day. The establishment is owned and operated by the man who raised young Bobby. His name is Mr. Lynn Price. If you don't believe me, then so be it. But this one is true. I have several reliable sources, but I will just read to you what I found on the Aggie fan website, known as Gig'em 24/7. Quote, kid removed everything Texas A&M related from his profile, and his dad is commenting on IG that he has no relationship with Jimbo, despite helping us land the #1 recruiting class, and that he is going to head to JSU. Jimbo is a, you know what, fraud, and everyone knows it. End quote. The program is imploding, and it will only get worse. I'm sitting back roasting marshmallows on this dumpster fire. Many of the athletes were recruited with the promise of money and other flashy things that young guys want, but Bobby Taylor never needed that. He comes from a well-off family, you know, because of the whole turkey leg business and all. And if you still don't believe me, check this out. 2 Instagram posts. One from Bobby Taylor himself, of Shedeur Sanders sitting on the sideline of a game, and the other of Bobby's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Lynn, with Shedeur and Coach Prime. Peep the account though. Yup, the Turkey Leg Hut. If you are ever in the Houston area, please stop by the Turkey Leg Hut and grab yourself some wonderful food. Not only because the food is delicious, but in support of the future JSU Tiger. We'll see you soon, Bobby. The I love. Go Jackson State. Thanks for watching the video. If you made it to the end, type in Turkey Leg Hut in the comment section. I want to hear from y'all. What do you think about this entire situation? Will Texas A&M be able to recover from all these L's? Would you fire Jimbo Fisher? And are you ready to see Bobby Taylor in a Jackson State uniform? As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. We on the road to 20K. From us, over here at HBCU Spotlight, we're rooting for you, Bobby, and looking forward to seeing you shine on the field. We out of here. Peace.